Hello, everybody. Welcome to the YouTube channel. More like an express review today. We've got a lot of content coming up for the week. We've got to preview the England and New Zealand series. We've got to preview the Border Gavaskar Trophy Game 2 between Australia and India. So this review, kind of like an express review. Obviously, we want to, be as fact as possible, but probably try to keep this under 10 minutes. But anyway, yes, Sri Lanka and South Africa. Really dominated by one person in this, and that was by Marco Jansen. Before we get into that, Gorvia says hello. Before we get into that, South Africa, they batted first, really struggled their top order. This was a bowling pitch for the first couple of days, similar to the Australian India game 1, where the first 2 days were just an absolute green top monster. Wickets fell, and then it got better after day 2. This was a very similar pitch to that, strangely enough. South Africa batted, they really struggled. Bavuma actually played wonderful in this test match. He scored 100 in the second innings. He made, I think it was a 60-odd in the first innings. Really helped South Africa get into that commanding position. However, Sri Lanka, when they batted, goodness gracious me, all out for 42. Just dominated by Marco Jansen. Every ball he put down, it just felt like he was going to get a wicket, and it almost felt like he did get a wicket. Just an absolute menace. He took 10 wickets this match. That's the first time he's done that in his career. Just destroyed the Sri Lankan top order, middle order and tail enders. You had Gotez bowling 150 kilometers per hour. Just stormed through Sri Lanka. The only one that would probably be a little bit disappointed was Rabada, because he only took 1 wicket. So he'd be probably a little bit disappointed in that first innings. But Marco Jansen, everything he did, just like I said, it just felt like he was going to get a wicket every single ball. I think he was on a couple of hat tricks. I think he was on 2 hat tricks in the same innings. He was just frightening. He wasn't that quick. He wasn't 145, 150 like Gotez pace. He was bowling 150. He was bowling around the 135 mark, but he was dead accurate. Every ball he made Sri Lanka batsmen played, and because it was a green top, he got seam movement. Any bit of kissing the surface on the pitch, just seemed everywhere, and the Sri Lankan batsmen could not handle it. They didn't have the technique to handle that. I think it would have troubled a lot of teams, especially Asian teams. So let's not pick on Sri Lanka too much. At times, you can question their effort. I know I have done that on previous shows, especially the series against England in the first test. I felt like maybe they could have done better, maybe, but we don't want to be too harsh on them, because I think if that was a Bangladesh, if that was a West Indies, if that was a Pakistan, which will be shortly after the Sri Lankan second test, that Pakistan will go to South Africa, I think it would have been really hard to keep out that pitch, because Sri Lanka also took wickets on day 1. They bowled out South Africa, so it was a green top monster for 2 days. After the second day, batting got a lot better. South Africa, Bavuma hit 100, Stubbs hit 100. He's the one for the future, Stubbs. Very good batsman, plays in the IPL, plays T20 as well in the South African League. He's the one for the future, no doubt. Very prolific batter. They've actually got a good batting lineup, South Africa. In the middle order, they've got Bellingham, who did play a lot of county cricket, averaged something like 60 in county, something ridiculous. Bavuma, of course, his average over the last 2 years has risen up. He's been a very good batsman the last 2 years. Top order is very crumbly. Aiden Markham has continued to struggle. Still can't find that Test 50. I don't know why South Africa keep playing him. We've seen in Pakistan where they've dropped Babar Azam for not making runs. Marnus Labuschagne's on the, he's in hot water. He may not make it to the third test if he doesn't make any runs in the second test. Same with Steve Smith. But Aiden Markham continues to get games for some reason. So but their middle order, especially Stubbs, he's definitely a one to watch for the future. As I said, he plays a lot of IPL, plays a lot of ODI cricket as well. But definitely a one to watch. He's got very good technique, extremely good technique, very good patience as well. I noticed in that innings, in the second innings, yes, the pitch did get better, but him and Bavuma, they left a lot of balls outside off stump. They waited for that new ball to go, and when it was time to accelerate, boy, did they do that. They just smashed the Sri Lankan bowlers everywhere, a bit like India smashed our bowlers, the Australian bowlers everywhere after the pitch got better. So it was definitely a better pitch after day 2, and then South Africa, they made 5. Sri Lanka had to get 500 to win this match. They did a lot better in their second innings because the pitch got better. So they certainly did better, but that was just too much for anyone really. I don't think anyone would have got 500 on that pitch anyway. Like I said, Australia, they didn't even get that against India. And that pitch got a little bit better as the game went on. So the damage was done in the first innings, where Sri Lanka got just rolled for 42 by Marco Jansen. Their bowling unit, very interesting. I reckon if South Africa made the World Test Championship final, I reckon sorry, I'm having difficulties. Stand by. Sorry, I am having difficulties. If the World Test, I'll continue this. Hopefully, you can hear the audio. If the World Test Championship, South Africa, if South Africa was in the final, they've got very good bowlers. They've got Rabada, they've got Jansen, they've got Cortez, who bowls 150. They've got Maharaj. They've got Berger, who's also a good bowler. They've got Nortje, who's not playing tests at the moment. He's a bit injured. But their bowling stocks are extremely, extremely good. There we go, we're back. So their bowling unit is very, very strong. If they did make the World Test Championship final and that pitch was a bit of a green top, that would be a nightmare for anyone, whether it's going to be India or Australia. It looks like it would be down to those two. South Africa looks like they're in, as long as they beat Pakistan and they beat Sri Lanka in the next test. They're in. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting because their bowling unit is a complete nightmare to face, especially on green tops. But anyway, apologies for the audio and the video going out, internet connection. But anyway, this was an express review. Make sure to like and subscribe. That's very important, folks. We've got a lot of content coming out this week. Like I said, we've got to preview the second test between India and Australia. We've got to review the first test between New Zealand and England. Hopefully that will come up later on today or tomorrow. But anyway, yeah, stay tuned. Make sure you like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching, and goodbye for now.